Welcome to Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, the big, butch, manly pop culture podcast that is and has always been. I'm Andrew Wheeler.
And I'm Shane Hollon.
And we are talking about the finale of The Traitors. I'm now going to take the mask off because I don't know what I'm doing to my audio and I can't see for she's. Yeah, we're going to talk about The Traitors finale. We just watched it. We're uploading this as early as we can, which is probably
first?
Yeah. Oh, and we're in the room together.
Oh, and we're actually in the room together because we had to watch this episode together. How could I not watch the finale of one of the greatest seasons of television ever with my bestie? Without my bestie? I don't know.
Anyway, we watched it. What did we think?
So I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
And I cried at the end. I don't know if you caught that. And I thought that, I was actually surprised in the end. I thought I knew how this was going to go.
It actually ended the way you predicted.
It did.
And
yet I mean, I don't believe in myself, so I'm not surprised that I was surprised that I was right.
A sad story.
Yeah, I mean, look, I called it, but I didn't want to believe that I was right. But the way that it unfolded was so spectacular.
Dramatic.
It was so dramatic. And there were tears, there was laughter. And I feel like it ended the way that it should have. The right person did win because the other people...
There was one other person who, had they won, it would have been the right result. Like, there was a faithful who would have been the perfect winner, and there was a traitor. Well, actually, I think either of the traitors would have been a perfect winner.
Agreed. We should say right now, this is going to be spoiler heavy from here on out. Well, we're not going to save it, right?
No, we're not saving
Okay, great. Alan Carr won. And it was beautiful, that moment at the very end, because it turns out he was holding so much inside and felt so much guilt for being a traitor, and that genuinely made me tear up. And the faithful were just...
Crack up.
It did make you crack up.
Yippee!
I mean, that was amazing. That was really amazing.
My favorite. Great.
I would have been happy with Joe winning. I would have been happy with Kat winning.
Yeah.
I would have been happy with a Joe-Nick split. And I would have been happy with an Alan-Kat split. But it was written in the stars from the first episode. Alan Carr flew under the radar by being so preposterously traitor-like that no one could believe it was him. And it worked.
I mean, in radar parlance, there is the concept of flak, when you send out bombs of shrapnel that disguise your path. So he wasn't flying under the radar. He was flying right through the radar, surrounded by shrapnel, so no one ever actually believed it was him.
It's like that scene from Pirates of the Caribbean, when the Admiral is walking down the ship as it's being blasted by cannons, and it's impossible that he's still alive, but it somehow works.
Now we know it's possible.
And it was Alan Carr all along.
Through Alan Carr, all things are possible.
Shall we talk about the challenge, the train challenge? I mean, we both thought that they were going to pull a James Bond and run across the top of a train. And boy, would that have been a mistake. They were right to not do that.
I mean, as soon as we saw the roof of the train, which was like a perfect
slow...
No, they will die if they do this.
Yeah.
Get a different train.
Different train.
But yeah, it was not going to be running across the roof of a train. I guess it was probably never going to be that. You didn't want to see Emery up there. She to the end.
Oh my God! Imagine though, she would have killed it.
Celia Emery should be the next James Bond.
Oh, I'm here for it. She could be M.
But yeah, so instead it was an escape room on a train, and they almost screwed it up. But the producers had very wisely put descending levels of difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, you have to solve a puzzle in this one. In this one, you have to count. In the third one, you have to look. No, sorry.
No, in the third one, you just have to pull.
And the fourth one, you have to look. And it's like, yeah, that is diminishing levels of actual challenge.
And diminishing levels of excitement. Although it was very nice to see Joe Marler, yank on a gigantic chain for 2 minutes.
I think the cinematography could have...
Yes, we could have had more of that.
Yank.
And I did love that Claudia said, and you all got to jump off of a train. And like it was the slowest crawl down the steps before these massive explosions went off.
No one jumped off anything.
No one was harmed in the making of this.
Nor were insurance going to let them jump off anything or let the explosion go off. They were anywhere near it.
I mean, how great would that have been if David hadn't gotten off in time? Oh no, we lost David.
Should we talk about David?
So in the beginning, he gets, like, everyone gets a beautiful highlight reel, and the highlights include everyone saying something funny or having a moment. And then we get to David, and it's just a lot of him, like...
And voting
wrong every time, almost every time.
A real augur for what was to come.
But he was a great narrator of his own journey, and, I mean, talk about people who flew under the radar the entire time. I forgot at a few points that he was still playing this game.
I mean, it's like he wasn't in the first 3 episodes.
Nope.
Really flying under the radar. And, like, yeah, his final comment to Claudia was, like, people think that historians are... Or they don't expect historians to be as, like, childlike, I guess, or something like that. It's like, you are the most serious grown-up person in this room. Counting all of the portraits of the people who have left before, you know? It's like...
Yeah.
Not a fun guy.
No, very dry. Very dry.
And very wrong.
And so wrong.
He ended up being the thing that sabotaged it, which we always, like, last episode, I think we said, if it's going to go wrong, it's going to be David.
Yep. But also Nick. Nick. Okay, Nick Mohammed. I loved watching him on this season. I think he's a great actor. He was not a great actor on this show because you could tell from episode 1 that he was genuinely a faithful. And I feel like if you're going to be on this show, you kind of want to toe the line a little bit, like, of who am I and who am I not? Sure, everyone's going to say I'm a faithful, but you have to get rid of some faithful so you can get to the end of the game, by definition.
One thing they were good at, it was getting rid of some faithful.
That's the only thing that they were good at.
Maybe not how to play the game.
The way that he backstabbed his best friend in this game was devastating. So tragic. They got to the final 4, and, like, they banished Kat,
Yeah.
and then...
Which seemed like, strategically they're on exactly the right path.
They had discussed it.
Exactly the right thing. And the plan was Kat, then Alan. And this was Joe's plan because Joe was right more than he was wrong. And the only person in that entire game, I think, for whom we could say that was true.
Yeah. And Nick was was his right-hand person and was with him up until that moment where I guess maybe it is David's fault. David said something that really turned Nick's mind against his best friend.
Planted a little seed of doubt that turned into a whole, like, just a desperate Hail Mary from Nick, where he's like, well, I've always thought that Joe is probably a faithful, and right here at the end is where I'm going to flip so that I can be, I don't know, so I can divide my eggs into different baskets. But yeah, it's just disastrous.
Brilliantly entertaining. And it's so easy to say, like, this from the outside perspective. We are obviously spectators watching an edited version of this program. But if I were in that room and I look around at the people remaining, and just after Kat goes, you can see the excitement in the room until you look at Alan Carr, who is, like, dreadfully serious, who's gone, like, 3 shades paler than he already is. I would think, here's someone who seems upset that Kat has gone. To me, like, that would be the thing that, like, sealed the deal that Alan was the other traitor. Obviously, there was no confirmation from Kat that she was, but they all went in thinking that she was, which is why she was voted out. Perfect opportunity to look at the reactions of your fellow contestants and see one of these things is not like the other. But, you know, I guess the adrenaline rush, being there, you're not really looking out for these things because you're just so worried about what comes next and you're excited that it's all happening. I guess that's how that kind of thing happens.
Yeah, and in the end, Alan, they were all like throwing all this guff at Alan about how, oh, you played the game brilliantly, we didn't suspect you. And it's like, what are you talking about? Everyone suspected Alan. Alan did not play a discrete game.
Look me straight in the eyes and tell me that you're faithful.
Faithful.
Oh,
He was the worst traitor to ever do it, and he
was spectacular.
I mean, he was an incredible TV. He was. In the end, yeah, we said, like, as soon as David screwed up, we were like, well, actually, yeah. Oh, no, as soon as Joe left.
As soon as Joe left.
When Joe left, we were like, okay, then now we want Alan to win. We wanted Joe to win. And when Joe was kicked out, it was like, well, we can't let these Muppets, David and Nick.
Actual Muppets.
Full Muppet.
Not that Alan isn't also a Muppet.
No, he's like
the king, the
Fozzie Bear.
big dog.
Big dog.
Yeah. I can see it.
Yeah, it was at that point Alan had to win because, yeah, he kind of did deserve it because he did actually play the game brilliantly, even though he played it terribly, if that makes any sense. Like, he was bad at being a traitor, but was able to cover himself at every stage in a way that should not have worked. And somehow he absolutely sailed through at the end, it seemed like. And he didn't think he was going to.
No, he did not.
He was kicked out. He was like, I can't see, I don't know what to do.
I don't see a path to the end, yeah. But he was just so charming, and I think that's what sealed his win, is that he was beloved by his fellow contestants, and so they were so blind to the fact that he could betray them. So in that way, he was an amazing player.
The man who murdered his best friend
Paloma.
And murdered Celia Imrie.
Alan murdered Paloma?
Let's break this to you. I'm going to get the t-shirt.
3 question marks at the end.
What a ride. What a wild ride. But a great season.
Yeah.
Had so much fun. It was a great cast. It has been such a hit for the BBC that they are definitely going to do this again.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think there will be any shortage of celebrities lining up. I just hope that whoever the hot twink is next season gets to live more than 2 episodes.
God, just bring Harry back. He's a celebrity now.
He's a celebrity now.
Yeah.
He's the greatest to ever do it, still.
I would love to see that. But can you bring a traitor back into the Traitors and not have them voted out first or second?
Yeah, no. I don't
probably not.
Because, yeah, they're for sure, like, everyone knows how good Harry is at the game. Even though it's easy to forget because he is just, like...
So beautiful.
Yeah, he's a hot lad. And no one thinks he's going to be smart. But when you see him talk strategy, it's like, oh, you're brilliant. You're really brilliant at this game.
And you're good at TV. And you're a regular person. I love regular people who are good at TV. God, I wish that I was one.
I've loved watching Harry and Freddie become like friends, like hanging out at all the traitor adjacent events on Instagram. What a hot couple. But the fact that they are the best to ever do it and the worst to ever do it, I think is just, that's a beautiful friendship.
That really is.
We never did talk about Tom Daly's shower scene.
We did predict it.
We did predict it. We said there's going to be a Tom Daly shower scene if there was a God in heaven.
And the next episode, one of the first things they did was a Tom Daly shower scene. I can't believe we forgot to mention that.
We completely forgot to mention it. And of course, it was the only time they could do it because...
he was gone. Yeah.
So, yeah, careful what you wish for, I guess. Any other great highlights for you of the season?
God, Pat going across that bridge and just screaming blue murder. And Celia at the end being like, you're almost halfway there, Kat. Just tears of laughter running down my face. And then followed by Joe, who also couldn't do it and was doing like the hokey pokey across the bridge. So amazing.
And then descending like a fairy.
Like Peter Pan in a panto. It was brilliant. I do. Clap if you believe. Joe Marla in general. I am so glad that I got introduced to this person. I am a huge fan. Every time he mentioned his wife and children, my heart sank a little bit. I'll be your wife and children.
I think, yeah, of the people I didn't know coming into this season, and there weren't many, but yeah, Joe and Kat, definitely I had become a fan of. Not that I'm going to start watching
rugby.
Well, I don't mind watching, but Joe's retired, so it would be like shows about rugby.
Sports commentator.
Yeah. Like, no, just keep doing reality shows. Just
take your shirt off.
I wish I'd seen more of Nico. I would love to know more about him. David, I will not be a fan of.
No, I'm sorry, David. Celia Imrie just cementing her status as national treasure was brilliant. An absolute legend. One of the best to ever play the game.
Will I listen? We should listen to Cat's music just to find out what it's all about.
We should.
We have not. We discussed this before we started recording. Neither of us have bothered playing a single Cat song, but
we're terrible fans. Ultimately,
I'm a fan of her TV work.
Yes, great fan of her TV work. Okay, so we do have a tier list. So we are going to now rank the entire cast of Celebrity Traitors UK.
Rank them how?
Great question. I mean, the tiers are: Big Dog is S tier, Hundo is the A tier,
100%.
Hundo, I Am and Have Always Been is the B tier for people who just are.
Yeah.
Numbers is the C tier for people who just were, and only here for the free breakfast is the FG mega tier for people who just didn't make an impression. And I think that's what it is. It's how much of an impression did they make on the show? Not like they know who won the game,
and not how good or successful they were in their role as Traitor or Faithful, but like how much we enjoyed watching them. I love that.
I think that's a fair criteria.
And we're just doing from this season.
Yes, just this season.
Okay, great.
19 is enough.
I love that show.
And we're doing it in alphabetical order by surname. So we start with Miss Claire Balding. Mrs. Claire Balding.
Ms. Claire Balding. I enjoyed her. She got pretty far in the game.
Yeah, for someone that was drawing attention from the beginning.
But I would say I Am and Have Always Been, right?
Yeah, I think that's right. I think she can't be higher, but she can't really be lower.
No.
Lucy Beaumont.
I mean, this is tainted by just how much I love her in general.
I want to say Big Dog. She got one of the best
eliminations in the game, and she was very funny. I don't think they gave her as much to do as I wanted to see, so I'm going to say Hundo.
I think that's fair. Yeah, she's great, and this photo of her is hilarious.
Yes, absolutely.
But she's not one of the big dogs of the game in the end.
Total sidebar. I am so glad that we are not using like the AI generated Traitors portraits that they use in the US and Canada.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about. Like, it's like
I
this.
didn't realize they were AI. I thought they were just
well, this is me assuming, and maybe I'm wrong, but also they're pretty bad. Okay.
Paloma. I mean, this is a tricky one.
This is a tricky one. She was gone so early.
She made an impression.
She was mentioned all the way up to the end.
Every episode.
By us, especially. I'm going to say Hundo. But I would be okay with I Am and Have Always Been.
I'm going to say I think that's probably where she either is fair with her, but let's not crowd out the Hundo.
Okay, fine.
Nico, poor Nico.
Poor Nico.
Numbers or only here for the free breakfast, I'm afraid.
I mean, he was first gone. I'm going to have to say only here for the free breakfast.
Sorry, Nico. But now, Miss Celia Imrie.
Big Dog. No discussion needed.
Stephen Fry was a big dog under the terms of the game. Actually had very little impact on the game. Like, his presence was bigger than his contribution, I feel.
True. Everyone loved to talk about him, but he didn't really bring much.
Didn't seem to have any theory
to the table.
Just seemed to be having a great time being there.
And God, isn't that how I would love to play the game?
And yeah, when you're Sir Stephen Fry, you can just be like,
I'll sit back and let Tom Daly push this cart for me.
Yeah, I'll make a few bon mots along the way, and that'll be fine. I think he might be in I Am and Have Always Been.
Wow.
Do you think Hundo? It is Stephen Fry.
It is Stephen. Like, just his status kind of elevates him to Hundo.
Okay, yeah, I can't go against the Queen. She knighted him. Nick Mohammed, this is a tricky one, because
I mean, in some ways he's numbers, but in other ways, I think he's a big dog.
That's right. Yeah, I think he is as well, because just the sheer impact on the game and also entertainment value.
You know, unlike some other people who make it to the end, he was wrong and strong.
Yeah. I'm happy putting him in Big Dog.
Me too.
Cat.
Big Dog.
She could be Hundo.
I
like her biggest contribution was being quiet.
Yeah, okay. And part of my thinking is, like, she's in more scenes than anyone else but
Yeah.
Alan. And, like, she gets to talk about everyone. But yes, I mean, her whole thing is she has a subdued personality.
Yeah.
You're right.
I love her,
I
but
love her.
putting
But
her in the same rank as Lucy Beaumont is not an insult.
no, agreed.
Joe Marler,
Big dog.
he's a big dog.
I mean, in
Sorry.
form and function, he is
Yeah.
big dog.
And Alan Carr has to be a big dog.
He should go ahead of Celia. I'm sorry.
The biggest dog.
The biggest dog.
Yeah, and I would say Joe goes ahead of Celia.
Agreed. Yeah. I mean, it turned out to be a battle between those two, and I'm happy about that.
And maybe Cat goes ahead of Lucy?
I think so. Yeah.
If the system will let me do that. Okay. Charlotte Church, numbers?
I was going to go for breakfast. Sorry,
I'm not
Charlotte.
going to fight you on it. Joe! I miss Joe.
I miss Joe. I thought he was really fun on the show, and he had a lot of theories. He brought a lot of entertainment. Is he hundo, or is he I am and have always been? Part of me wants to say hundo because of how entertaining he was in such a short period of time. And he was talked about a lot in the latter half of the game, still.
Yeah. And honestly, like, Joe Wilkinson is very, like, he's an anarchic comedian. He's very, like, anti-entertainment in his sort of dryness and the way he, like, if you watch 9 out of 10 Cats Do Countdown, he's always doing these, like, weird, esoteric bits. But then you see him in the show and he's still doing weird, but he's making so much sense and he's contributing to the game in a way that I really didn't expect him to.
And I felt like I got to see him more of as himself
Yeah.
than I ever do on a panel, which
Yeah.
was really nice to see. Hundo, great.
Hundo. Jonathan Ross.
We both have feelings about Jonathan
We don't like
Ross.
him.
We are not big fans of
I
Waffy.
used to like him at some point in my life.
I mean, I
Not
guess
like
I
love him,
No.
but
he was in Spice World, which definitely adds a little bit of a little to star
yeah, he
power, you
wasn't
know.
edited out of it like Gary Glitter.
Wait,
I'm not insinuating anything about Wazzy.
But also, wasn't Gary Glitter? Oh no, he was cut out because I seem to remember.
No, his song is still in it. He was cut
Yes, that's it. Okay, we need to watch Spice World again
if we can
anyone
find
can
a
find
copy,
it.
honestly, good lord. So yeah, what are we thinking for Wazzy? Because like he wasn't a good traitor, and everyone seemed to think he would be, and I think a lot of people continued to insist that he was doing a good job, but he didn't really accomplish anything, and he was the only one that got voted out before the finale, and it took a while, but it happened.
My impulse is to say numbers, but I think reality is one tier above that because he was such a huge part of the conversation for so long.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And then all three traitors are on different tiers, and that kind of makes
That
sense.
works.
Uh,
We don't need to move him up.
I'm going to, just so we have the traitors.
Oh, okay. That's aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah,
Okay,
it just
yeah.
works for me. I'm so sorry.
This one makes me sad.
Oh.
Poor Tom.
Oh, Tom,
I'm sorry, Tom, but I think your numbers.
I think you are numbers.
Our first entry into numbers.
I mean, he's so pretty.
He's so pretty.
And he was playing the game beautifully for that, like, one episode he was there. Like, he was giving us theories. He was making a noise. This is why I think Jonathan Ross is a flop traitor, because he killed Tom Daly when Tom Daly was going to get banished.
Oh my God. That was one of the biggest mistakes that they made in a game where the Traitors won and
Yeah,
nearly
where
all
the
three of
faithful
them won.
Made
Yeah.
more mistakes by far. But yeah, this was a really bad misstep. But, you know, he was great while he was there, and he did take his shirt off and get wet.
He gave us what we wanted.
Yeah. Kate Garraway.
Oh,
God.
Kate might be a big dog for me.
Though.
Like, if we're talking about wrong and strong, my God. And everyone thought it was her for multiple episodes. She
Yeah.
kept getting voted for because she was just so loud and so off the mark.
Yeah, she did have a much bigger impact than I expected her to. And just the way she would stand up and repeat things that were obvious.
Oh my God.
God, that's iconic.
Like, she is a newscaster. It works.
Yeah, her position on that was like, well, as a newscaster, I have to remain objective and neutral, and so it's difficult for me to have opinion. I'm like, no. Like, yes, your job is your job, but you can turn
You
that
personally can have opinions and feelings and thoughts.
off. What is wrong, Kate? Is the BBC doing something? that you
Blink
need to-
twice if
Yeah.
the BBC is hurting you.
I'm going to say hundo.
Okay.
I think that makes more sense to me than putting her in. Because
Okay.
the big dog will then be a crowded category, and you know how I hate.
No, you're right. We've got to keep S tier truly significant. Oh, Mark.
Mark.
I
almost forgot his name just then. So
he had one moment for me, and that's when he got caught in the trap and started singing.
And he loved it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say he's a numbers kind of guy.
he's a numbers guy. Very handsome, very
Oh
charming.
yeah, daddy.
But yeah, he ultimately didn't leave a huge mark. I'm funny, just like Tamika.
I like Tamika, and I wish she had hung around longer.
Yeah, we had high hopes for Tamika, I think.
Mhm.
Both thought she was going to be a big player and a big influence. And I think that's why she got banished, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So, God, numbers, I'm and have always been, or breakfast.
I didn't want to put her in numbers, and I think that's because I know that's where she belongs.
That's kind of how I'm feeling.
She didn't get to be who we know she could have been.
Yeah, exactly.
Breakfast?
Breakfast. Sorry, David. Neither of us really enjoyed you at all.
And then Ruth. Loved Ruth.
Loved Ruth. Another one who has gone way too early.
Much too early.
Like, when I'm looking at our hundo and I am and have always been, there's a bunch of people who should have stayed in the game.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think she made a huge impression. She was pretty smart. I mean, that's why she had to go, I think.
Yeah.
I think if she had stuck around, she and Joe Marler would have been like
A power couple.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that is literally what the Traitors said. They said there's no way we can keep her. She's hot on our heels.
Yeah.
And that was actually another huge misstep for Jonathan, because she had said his name,
Yeah.
and then he's like, well, let's get rid of her. And it's like, man, you
And he
don't
was
know
like,
how to
"Oh,
play
it's
this
the
game.
double bluff. People, if I were a traitor, then
The
I
worst
would
double
never get rid
bluff
of her."
I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So, Ruth, I'm going to say I am and have always been. She could go as far as hundo, but if we're, again, talking about packing the top of the list,
I mean, for someone that went home pretty early, she is above numbers, and that's not a mean accomplishment. But yeah, I think this looks right to me.
yeah, me too. Is there anything that you would change?
I mean, there's a part of me that just wants to kick Jonathan Ross down, but that's just out of spite. That's not actual rationale.
If we're being objective about it.
Tamika above Mark.
Yep. David, all the way at the bottom. I do love that. Ruth, yeah. Okay. And
Would you move
honestly,
Kate up?
I would move Kate before Steven. Well, and that's the thing. Is Kate actually above Lucy? This is where I'm not being objective.
Right, yeah.
I think Kate has to go before Lucy.
Kate goes before Lucy. As the old saying goes.
Kate before Lucy.
Kate before Lucy.
Never get goosey.
Well, we've gotten goosey. So I guess it's time to go. Any final thoughts on this incredible season?
I wish that the US Traitors would do it like this. You know, it's so much more entertaining having B-list celebrities than D-list celebrities. I'm so sorry to all of the celebrities that watch us.
Some of these are A-list.
And some of them are genuinely A-list. And that's the thing about it, right?
Yeah.
Is like we actually have talented people in the top of their fields.
Yeah.
And
a cross section.
it's
really,
not just reality people. That was
Yeah.
amazing.
Having a YouTuber on there makes sense now. Like Strictly Come Dancing has a YouTuber on there this season. That's the reality of, and I think I've had it in the past. The reality of celebrity now is that it includes people who have performed on the Royal Shakespeare Company stage and
People who've performed in their living rooms.
So,
Fingers crossed.
one day, when they're really running out of people to put on celebrities, Traitors. Yeah, no.
I don't need to go
we're
on
not-
Celebrity
we're not
Traitors, Andrew. I'm happy going on regular Traitors. This is my audition tape.
Any country. I'll go on the Dutch one.
Yeah, I don't need to speak the language.
Ja, schließlich.
Now play that backwards, and you'll hear the message to Satan.
Yeah, I don't speak Dutch, but that wasn't Dutch.
Andy Toxvig.
Would she be good on this?
Honestly, yes.
Probably. I mean, she would go under the radar because she's so small.
She's so tiny. I think she would be better than Stephen Fry. If we're looking at the two hosts of QI,
Davis would be good.
Alan Davis would be amazing. Would love that.
Who else do I want on this? There's a sports person that's very hot that's sometimes on Richard Osman's House of Games. I don't remember his name. I just remember he's beautiful.
Richard Osman would be a good choice.
Richard Osman was the person that was rumored to be on this that shocked me when he was.
I wonder if he had to drop out.
Maybe. But he had said he wasn't on it, and I mean, of course, you have to say that. But like, he's a fan. He does a podcast that's much more popular than ours about this.
I dare you to look it up. Please don't.
Please watch out. Yeah, Richard Osman, I think, would be great, and I think he must have just declined. I think that's the only explanation. Miriam Margolyes declined, apparently.
Oh my God. In the Celia Imrie role?
In the Celia Imrie role.
Oh my God.
Oh, she would be amazing.
And she would she would be sitting the entire time. I would live for that.
I'm trying to think now if you could do like an all celebrity lesbians season, because you've got Miriam, you've got Sandy, throw in maybe Fiona Shaw.
Who is the other host of Bake Off? Sue Perkins.
She'd be great. Alison Hammond would be great, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Not a lesbian, as far as I know, as far as her husband knows.
Oh.
Yeah. There's just a lot of good entertainment in the UK. I don't want to see Jimmy Carr anywhere near this.
I love Jimmy Carr, but no, he would be
the Jonathan Ross.
He would be the Jonathan Ross. There's no way he would be able to bring it, and he would have to be cast as a traitor because there's no way in hell that man could pretend to be a faithful anything.
And you would be an idiot not to vote him off immediately.
Exactly.
Jonathan Bailey obviously should be on it, so he can do the shower.
Absolutely. Sexiest man alive.
Sexiest man alive.
The great thing about the UK is that everyone does a little bit of everything. No one gets pigeonholed into one genre, and everyone's on a panel show at some point.
And no one's not going to consider it.
Yeah.
There was a rumor that Courtney Cox was going to be on this. And I don't know who came up with that, but because she's done Bake Off, so it would make some kind of sense if she's a big fan.
God, I would die.
So to have an American in the mix who is a real celebrity, maybe like the US Traitors was like, no, do not go putting real American celebrities.
We cannot afford that.
We are absolutely screwing us over because everyone on the BBC version is paid exactly the same flat fee.
That's brilliant.
Because that's the BBC. That's how they do.
Yeah, of course.
They don't have a huge budget to lure the big stars. We're the BBC and we own Traitors. So you do it or you don't do it.
Wow.
Miriam Margolyes said, I don't do it.
Queen, our queen.
God bless.
God bless her. Yeah, I just love this. I cannot wait for season 2. I just love the Traitors. This has got to be top tier reality game show, top tier reality TV, top tier game show TV, top tier TV.
I wonder if Ed Gamble would do it because he does the podcast
of Traitors,
yeah,
and Taskmaster. He has 2 podcasts about the 2 of the biggest shows in my personal opinion.
Yeah, you need to go and watch if you can find it because it's not actually broadcast on Crave. Traitors Uncloaked, great viewing. Ed Gamble. I mean, I know you love Ed Gamble.
He's so hot.
He's so hot.
James Acaster, another great one for the show.
James Acaster would be great. James Corden.
Please
I'm
don't.
kidding. I'm sorry I put him out into the world.
Just here for breakfast.
It's great series. Can't wait for the next Celebrity Traitors. Also, the next regular Traitors must be along in like January, probably.
Probably, yeah. That's usually when it starts.
So, yeah, very exciting. And we need to start talking about Canadian Traitors.
Yes, I think that's what we're going to be doing here next week. This is just becoming a Traitors podcast, so get on board.
It was always going to be that way.
Get on board the explosive train.
But not on the roof.
But not on the roof.
Joe being scared to come out that door.
Honestly, makes me love him even more. He's just like one of us, you know?
Scared of trains.
Oh, God.
Don't get it.
And he's straight? Surely he's not all the way straight.
Rugby player.
Sexuality is a spectrum, and
Rugby is one of the gayest sports.
it really is.
So-
My God.
Ben Cohen, he could be on it.
Ben Cohen. I forgot about Ben Cohen.
Getting lathered up.
Oh, my God. Put him in the shower. Him, Jonathan Bailey. Bring
Yeah.
back Tom Daly.
They would all be very happy. Well, no, Ben Cohen is not gay, but Jonathan and Tom would be
I thought he
happy.
was.
No, he just loves the gays.
God bless.
He does his calendar every year to
can change
please
him.
the gays. Men have tried. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back talking about Traitors Canada next week. And of course, we will have our other episodes. That's the main podcast.
The thing that we are actually here to do.
That'll happen too. So until next time.
Kiss, kiss. Oh.
Bang, bang.
If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button and subscribe to this channel. You can follow Kiss Kiss Bang Bang on Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, and Letterboxd at KKBBpod, or email us at kisskissbangbangpod@gmail.com.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is recorded in Toronto on the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabeg, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples.